Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Raite coming to you with another one. As always, I'm hoping you're inspired, encouraged, motivated, and challenged. And today I am really excited. I have one of my first guests of the year. Yes. This beautiful woman that I've known pretty much all my life, all her life. And I just thought it'd be fitting to do something different starting out the new year, with Black History Month, Women History Month coming in March. I just wanted to highlight other women that I feel like are doing things that are positive, that are impacting community, family, and a whole list of positive, healthy things in this world. And I just feel like we need that right now. So today, without me continuing to go further, I want to introduce this beautiful woman. Her name is Kenya Mahogany Fashaw. She is the co-founder and chief creative officer of 52080 Artists Co-op. Kenya is a spoken word artist, actress, and playwright. She was a member of 2012 Denver Slim Nubas We Cut Heads Slim team. She was also a recipient of the Denver Center of Performing Arts Playwrights Group. She has written and directed Colorism, Breaking the Chains of Complexion, produced by 502080 Artists Co-op in 2015, and has won a Henry Award for Best New Play in 2018. She was also nominated for another Henry Award for One Night, Six Plays, produced by 502080 Artists Co-op in 2019, which included 2 of her microscripts. Hip hop, Matrimony, a hip hop musical, and Cages. No More Bondage. Kenya was honored as a Colorado creative in the Westward in February 2020. Whoop. Kenya creates stories to normalize people of color and to change their narratives. Beautiful. Yes. So everybody welcome Kenya Mahogany Fashaw.
Thank you so much, Rate. I'm so happy for being, your first guest of the year and for being here. This is amazing. I'm so proud of you. Um, this is a great opportunity that you have to be able to reach your viewers and to highlight, I'm saying, things that are happening in the community. So applause to you first and foremost. Applause to you.
Thank you.
Um, but yes, Kenya Mahogany Fashaw, and it's actually a 5280 Artist Co-op. 5280 is kind of our signature in Colorado because we are 5,280 miles above sea level. So 5280 Artist Co-op. So yeah, I've been doing my thing for a while, so I'm just, happy to share and just talk, like, what I'm saying, what are our topics? What we talking about?
So today it's gonna be I told you we're just gonna I just want to have a light. Well, I can't say lighthearted because it's really not. Okay. But I wanted to highlight some things about you, Kenya, because like I said, I've known you for a long time. You're my cousin. Can I say that? Yep. But I wanted to highlight you and some other people because I feel like there's so much. I'm gonna say it the way I know how to say it. You know how I talk. So how God has blessed you with so many gifts and talents and creative abilities that you are making an impact on our very community, our very world. And I'm just thinking, I mean, I know you're on these other platforms and you're being showcased in these other venues and areas, but I'm like, you know what? Why not bring her here too? To let other people that are exposed to me see the beauty of who you are, and appreciate the gifts that God is giving you.
Thank you.
Yep. Yep. And so I wanted to ask you just a few questions, and we already went over this, but I just think this is important. So first, we're going to talk about purpose. Okay. As a woman that knows her purpose, what are your top 3 priorities?
Oh man, good question. So my top 3 priorities, knowing my purpose, is to be able to build first community, network, and awareness. I think all of those encompass being able to reach the people, being able to have the people trust you, and being able to feed knowledge, no matter how you are able to feed the knowledge to the people.
Right.
Um, and I feel like my way of feeding that knowledge is through the arts. So if I can be able to entertain you through another entity that you would have never thought of,
Mhm.
and actually have you gain some knowledge of a subject that you've never thought of, then I am doing my job, you know. So that's my purpose.
And you
Definitely.
do it well. I'm just saying
Thank you.
it's communicated and presented. And I love how you said it because we all don't communicate the same,
Hmm.
but there are creative ways for people to understand and comprehend.
Right.
Like you said, certain issues. You're like, wow, I never looked at it that before. And when you're looking at the creative arts and how you the dramatization of real life,
Hmm.
oh my goodness. You're
Yeah.
like, wait, and it hits you a different way. You know, it provokes you to think
Hmm.
about other people's lives or putting yourself in somebody else's shoes.
Hmm.
And I just think that's beautiful because oh my goodness. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
empathy is huge. Like you got to empathize with somebody else's story to be able to help them, to be able to feel their pain. You know, you can't. I mean, empathy is something that we all, or not all of us, but a lot of us who are empathetic individuals have this superhuman power to either like feel somebody else's energy, you know what I'm saying? Or even watching TV, like if you're watching a movie and you ever cried about something, that's empathy. You are feeling that person's shoes. So it's easy to be able to convey that because somebody else is going to be able to relate, you know?
facts. Very true. Very true. And that's I feel like that's needed, especially right now.
Right.
You know, there's so many people who are in need of love in different ways. Can I say that? Or
Hmm. Hmm.
people to hear them, to really hear them without judgment, without ridicule. I mean, it's so much going on. It's like people just need the kindness, the love, the I just feel like that empathy part.
Yeah.
We'll deal with the rest
Understanding.
later, but let's deal with the real issues that you're going through and see how I can help pull you out or how
Hmm.
you can help pull me out. You know,
Agreed.
I think that's the beautiful part about humanity, you know, what we're supposed to do. That's what I believe.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's awesome, Kenya. So my next question is this. What has been one of your most challenging moments given, you know, because you're an entrepreneur too. So give me what's been one of your most challenging moments as you're, you know, starting the business, in the business, and with your success and some of your learning moments. I'll say it that way.
Um, yeah, I would say like maybe, you know, having the struggle of having to deal with being a Black woman in
Mm,
a certain position and
mm,
people not really respecting that position because of being a Black woman, you know, and sometimes you get Black men who want to kind of run over you or kind of take control or not really you know, value your opinions or your perspectives, right? And
mm.
then you have the age, that intersectionality of age and just race and being a woman, right? So it's just like people think, oh, you're too young, like because it some of the a couple of my partners are a bit older, you know, they're a lot older, so they feel like they're a little bit more seasoned, even though I feel like I bring a lot to the table with what I know. And I'm not saying that I can't learn from them because I soak in what I can learn, but don't take away from what I can bring, you know, just because you think I'm too young or you
Right.
think I'm not seasoned enough. So it's just been kind of challenging to try to um, you know, overstep those boundaries of people putting you in this box and not believing that you can, knowing that you can, knowing that I'm capable, I know what I can do. But just because you think I'm a woman, I can't. Just because you think I'm a Black woman, I can't. Just because you think I'm a young Black woman, I can't. So it's having to fight that and having to break down those barriers that's been very strong, are very difficult in trying to get to where I want to be successfully. But I think in the long run, it's rewarding because when they see that a young Black woman has accomplished this, then you get that, oh, really? You did that? Oh,
Mhm.
wow. And it's just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Black women are out here doing these things. Don't dare put me in your stereotypic box of thinking that I'm not something greater when I am a goddess.
Yeah.
I can go on. I can go on, but
I know. I know. And that's the beauty of you. You wear your crown. Yes, wear it.
all
Yes.
day.
Yes. Okay, and one other question. So, what would you do differently knowing what you know now?
Hmm. I felt like I probably would start my own thing earlier, as
Mm,
far as like going into business in the arts, because I felt like I was kind of blindly feeling my way through it.
just learn.
And so I kind of came upon it a bit late without it being kind of nurtured, or, you know what I'm saying? Like our mamas, I don't know about your mama, but my mama wasn't nurturing my gift at that time.
Right,
Like
right.
other kids' mamas was at, DST, and, they was already in the arts field in high school.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So like my mom didn't really care about that. She didn't really think anything of it. Um, so it was kind of like I had to kind of make my own way and find it. And when I found it, um, it was just later in life. Later in life.
Sure.
Um, huh?
I don't see. Okay, can I say this? I'm gonna chime in with Kenya because I always tell you this story and I'm gonna tell it today. I'm gonna tell it again because what I've experienced and seeing you do when as we're growing up. I keep telling you I remember this when I think you were like 6 or 7, and we came over to your house to visit, and you were in your room. I'm going right to the story, and you said you don't remember, but I remember so clearly that you were like laying on your floor with this notebook and pen, and you were just sitting there writing poetry at 6 and 7. That page was so full of words. And and you had turned the page, and I was like, hey, let me see. You had turned the page, and that notebook was almost full. I don't know if you remember that.
You
I don't know
don't.
if you were writing raps or poetry. It was something you were just, you were just like a machine, and you were focused in on that notebook. So I'm saying that because I don't, from my perspective, okay, my perspective, I believe you're right on time. And I do understand the fact that you're saying, well, I had to feel my way through it, but you were given it. You didn't really have to learn what you know. I mean, there's always ways to improve it and to package it in certain ways, but you're gifted with it, Kenya. I'm like, I've witnessed that. We had this discussion too when people try to use your name as claim to fame or your talent as claim to fame and say, I taught her that. Yeah, I did that. I did that. And we had that discussion. I was like, no, 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 no. Because I remember. No, you didn't. You didn't teach her that. So I remember those moments when you were 6 and 7. I do remember those moments when I don't know if you even paid attention to it, but you flowed then. Your gift was peaking then. It was coming out then. But I do get the nurturing and putting it into certain places where you can use it often. And then as you gotten older, I feel like you put yourself into venues where you allow it to flourish.
Definitely. And I
That,
mean, things happen, I mean, inevitably,
yep.
meaning that your path is already, already predestined. So you just have to walk in it. So you're right. It's not like it's too late. It's right on time. I'm right where I need to be.
Mhm.
I may feel like it's too late, but
I,
that's not true.
but
But I get it. I know that it's in divine order. Like everything that is happening is for a reason. I can even look back on things that
mhm,
have led me up to this point to
mhm,
prepare me for this point, if that makes sense.
mhm,
And everything that is continuing to prepare me for another destiny that I'm going to embark on. So anything that I do, I don't take lightly. I know that it's something that I have to learn from every experience. I try to take away the good of, well, how did that feed me, even if it was negative? How did that feed me, you know what I'm saying, to help me grow in my path, in my passion, in my journey? Because
mhm.
that's what it's all about. Like, I'm not trying to top them. at the end of the day, I am my only competition topping myself
That's right.
from who I was from, last week to now. So, I
Exactly.
mean, it's important to know that boundary is, I don't know. What am I trying to say? The boundary is like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just important. It's important.
I understand. I do understand what you're saying. I actually get it. Um, Let me see if I can help. So the reason why I said I feel like you're on time, because all of the great people you've met and all of the great people that have met your greatness, if that makes sense, and the connection that is made, even through all the ups and downs, all those challenges that you had to come across as a woman, as a young Black woman, through all of that, those connections were meant to be. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Exactly. Definitely.
Yeah. So you got to meet amazing people, and they got to meet the amazing you at the right time. That's what I'm saying. And it's like your destiny will continue. I feel like I told you this. I'm so excited because I don't believe the world it's just the peak of it. It's not even the tip. We're not even at the top yet. With your gifts and your talents and what you do and what you bring to the table and the rooms you're going to create and the tables you're going to create. So it's not even bringing it to the table. You've created your table. So, and you've brought people to your table, which I'm like, that's how I see it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Definitely.
So when I come to your plays and we get to watch and enjoy, you know, your creative side and the stories that you tell, and along with your counterparts, it's like, I mean, your partners, is like, it's so amazing to see. And it's so amazing to see how other people are impacted.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does. It's a
Like I
ripple
said,
effect.
this is the right time, right place. You're at that right time. There's it may feel like that because my story. I'm like, it's taking too long, but it's not taking long. You're right where you're supposed to be.
Exactly.
Right. So that's good. Can you appreciate that? So, okay, I have another question. You kind of already touched on it, but what is unique about your business?
I mean, we have, like I said, I have two other partners, and we're all three Black women.
Mm-hmm.
Very small, co-op company that produces theater, music,
Mm-hmm.
spoken word, poetry, dance, all of those things. And I mean, it's just unique because we are an operation that has been still standing and very much successful. And we haven't even been up for a good 6 years, 5, 6 years, I think. And I think that people know our name and
Mm-hmm.
they know who we are. And it's just like our success kind of just took off, and people respect us for being all Black business for one, and being women of color doing this art thing. So I think that's the great part of it.
And holding it down.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, because that's huge.
It
The
is
environment.
representation. We need it. You know.
Amen. It's big, given the environment that we're in. I mean, you're not taking away from anybody else, but given the environment, to still be doing what y'all do and still be standing and still be able to produce. Yes, keep it going. I'm like, man, and I know it's not easy, but it's so appreciated and it is needed.
Yeah,
I
it
know
is.
it's not easy. Um, but I'm just excited. I keep telling you that. I feel it in my bones. I'm just really excited for you.
Thank you.
And we talked about the performing arts and tapping into other, can I say, stratospheres, platforms. And I'm just like, go, Kaya, go. And wait, and you got your children coming up under you too. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's a generational thing. Look at that generational thing build up. It's
Yes.
beautiful to see. But I just want to encourage you in that area and say, I keep saying that you're right on time. You're right where you need to be. And the world needs you to be where you are right now.
Definitely. I received that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So there we go. So, okay. Yeah, I told you I'm going to ask you a few questions. So,
Keep it going.
The next question is, to what do you attribute your success, or to whom you attribute your success?
I like to thank me, myself, and I. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Um, I don't know. I feel like everything and everybody is a piece of everything, and of course, God being the source.
Mm-hmm.
I think that everything else that has been created has gravitated towards, my success.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Meaning, and what I mean by that is that I take a piece of everything to mold who I am and to mold um, how I am to be seen in the world. Because I feel like, how you show up matters to your success, right? And
Clearly.
so when you show up professional, when you show up knowledgeable, when you show up knowing what you're capable of doing and executing that, then everything else just kind of gravitates towards you, right?
Facts.
And
That's
so,
very
so
true.
all of that, everything elements, I owe it definitely to my husband. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? I feel like he is a big source
He is a
of
great supporter. Yep.
allowing me to be free because I don't know if I could have been able to do this on my own. You know what I'm saying? And having that helpmate, having that support,
Mm-hmm.
um, to be able to be like, no, no, follow your dream, do what you got to do, and I got us, then that's great. That's beautiful. So he's definitely a huge part of my success.
Mm-hmm.
Without him, I don't think I would have been able to do it. But everything else is an additive.
Beautiful. You're right. I won't say his name, but I'm just gonna say yes. It matters to have it. It. You have to have that support system.
Yeah, you
You have
do.
to have that support team. You have to have those group of cheerleaders. I feel like from time to time, because when life hits you or certain things go, you're like, ah, but then you have those people that ground you, that say, you
Mhm.
know what? Nope, nope, bring it in.
Yep.
Stay
Yeah.
focused. You're gonna do it. We got it.
Calm to the storm. Yeah, it's a
Hey,
calm to the storm.
hey, and it's so needed. So that's beautiful, Kid. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
have a couple more questions. Let's see. What is unique about your personality that you want people to know?
I'm mad goofy. I am. I feel like people see like especially like if I perform like
Mhm.
poetry and all that, they see this persona of Mahogany, right?
Yeah.
And so I've had so many people come up to me and be like, "Oh my God, you seem so interesting to like hang out with, and you seem so," and so like Kenya is very introverted versus Mahogany on the stage, right? So
True.
Kenya is over here like, "Don't talk to me, don't talk to me, go away." Why are you talking to me right now? Like, okay, thank you. Mahogany is full of life. She's full on stage and confident. And people think that Kenya and Mahogany are the same person, right? And they're not. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit shy and a little bit goofy and corny. Like, ask my husband, he thinks I'm the corniest person ever. He's just
Mhm.
like, you're so whack and corny, and I'm just like, I know, I love it. I'm so weird. Um, so people kind of see Mahogany and they think of Mahogany as being something else versus just Kenya being very goofy and kind of awkwardly weird. So that's something unique, definitely.
It is unique, but you're funny. Thing is funny.
You think I'm funny?
Funny. It's funny. It's hilarious in a good way. That because
Mm,
I get it, so it's okay.
mm.
I get it.
You
Hey,
do. Everybody don't get my personality though. So
no, that's true. Uh, Ditto. Hello. Okay. 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 And it's okay. It's okay. And I think that's what I feel like, that uniqueness about you, that weirdness, that like whatever people think is different, like that's different, that's weird, that's this. I feel like typically those are the ones that are used the most because there is a difference.
mm-hmm.
You're not following the same path. You're not like, and there's nothing wrong with having like a herd or sheep. I'm thinking that mindset, but all of us are not called to follow the herd, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
Some
Yeah.
of us are really called and born, literally born to stand out. And it's perfectly okay. Now you gotta know what comes with that territory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of, judgment and discrimination just because, yeah, that the westernized way of thinking is what I like to call it.
Mhm.
I feel like the world evolves naturally,
Mhm.
and some people who are kind of stuck in the past
Mhm.
are not able to accept the evolving world.
Mhm.
Um, and I think that's just why you get those older people that don't really agree with the younger generation. They're
Wow.
like, oh, yeah, I can't believe they doing this and doing that now. Well, that's the way of the world now. And it probably was like that when you were that age. They probably said that about you. So it's a cycle. And
Mhm.
just being open minded to that, you know what I'm saying, understanding that things are not going to be always according to what people want them to be.
True.
You got to live your life out loud and be happy, and nobody else should have anything to say about that, regardless of what you're doing. Just saying.
Hey.
Just saying.
And that, you know what? That's a whole nother topic of generations clashing. That's a whole nother topic. Whole nother topic. But it's a real topic. It's a real thing. It's real life. And I feel like that's impacting our society right now, our world right now, because there's shifting and there's changing and there's so much. And when there's a lot of shifting and changing, guess what? It becomes uncomfortable for
Right.
people. Okay. So that's a whole nother subject. But anyway, let's keep one more question, Kenya. I promise I said one more. Did I say one more ago? I said that one more ago. Um so one thing I love, I'm gonna ask you this as a woman, as a business owner, as a mom. What are some of the benefits of being I call you a super mom, business owner, woman of purpose, and the challenges and the rewards that come with that?
Say it one more time. Say it one
Okay,
more time.
sorry. What are some of the benefits in being
Benefits.
a super mom? That's what I'm calling you. Yes.
Okay.
Business owner and woman of purpose. Let's start there. That's three things.
What are the benefits of being a super mom, a business owner, and a woman of purpose? Um, I think it's probably just kind of knowing that all the hard work that you're putting into all of this, that you're getting some type of reward back, right? So, like, say with being a super mom, if you say it like that, I think that you know, you think that you're doing all of these things and you're not with your kids enough, and you're
Mhm.
always working and you're doing all these things, and then you come home and your daughter is like, oh, mommy, you're the best mommy in the world, I love you so much. And you're like, really? And I'm like, okay, but I haven't been around. She's like, I don't care, you're so great. And it's just like, okay, that's that little, you know benefit of just feeling good because you don't think that you're there enough, because you're working or you're doing so much other things. And so having that little reminder that I'm okay, I'm good, you know what I'm saying, is a benefit,
Yeah.
is an incentive, you know what I'm saying. And then you have with being a businesswoman, just having things to go right and people to respect your company, and
Mhm.
just having that good rapport with the community. They know that 5280 Artists Co-op or Mahogany is always going to provide and come through
Mhm.
on their word, financially, performance, whatever. And being I don't know, a woman of purpose.
Yeah.
I would say that, like, the benefit of that is just always being motivated,
Mhm.
always wanting to create. Like, my favorite quote is, created by the creator to create, right?
Mhm.
And so I am in this world to reproduce, to give back, either if it's life,
Yep.
either if it's art,
Yep.
either if it's through word, but it's something that I have to share and leave my mark, right? To give to this world somehow, even, legacy, whatever. So I think that's another purpose of why we're here. That's why God put us here, to not only multiply and reproduce, but to create, keep creating, because He is a creator naturally.
Yes.
So, and if we are in that image, right?
Yep.
Shande, shande. Don't get me started.
Yes.
If we are made in that image, then we are creators of the creator, and we are here to create.
Oh, it's coming
Mhm.
out. That's right, Kenya. No, and that's right. And you're a multiplier. That's what women do. We reproduce and we multiply.
You give us something and we give it back. That's what women do.
We multiply it and we can do it well. If you give that woman what, I mean, most women that I know do it very well. Okay. I don't, whether it's a job, children, cooking, a business, whatever it is, you know, she is going to take that little bit and make it much. It's amazing how God has gifted us. Okay. Yeah. So I did ask you this, and I don't know if you prepared. I asked you. I did ask you. Bless us, yes, with a beautiful poem. I think it was the one. Well, here's my request. Okay.
Okay. On the request line.
My request. I'm gonna put a request in. What was the title? Is it Woman?
Oh, Curvy Black, maybe. Yes, it's called Curvy Black. Is it about women?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I could do that one.
Really? Yep.
I haven't said it in a while, so if I mess up, I apologize.
Please.
And I forgot I was supposed to do this. So my bad. My bad.
Or you could do another one that's.
No, I got you.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh.
Here we go. You ready?
Ready.
Curvy and black, thick brick house like that. Matter of fact, you can say that she's stacked, racked, or built like the stallion. Everybody bow when she come around. It's like that. I've always wondered if the thickness of a Black woman's hips was strong enough to sink ships because of the burdens that she's been forced upon, not to be bold, not to be outspoken, or even to be sugarcane thick, not knowing that her lips still speak sweeter than honeydew. But society says, never mind her mind and undermine everything that honey do. And here come you. Wanting to ridicule the cinnamon glide in her backside, something that she built this nation on, something that they hate her on, but try so damn hard to take her form. Don't align your fakeness to her greatness. Quit parading her breasts because you can't seem to climb over the power of her rolling hills. Don't envy, but then empty her sculpture into your trash. I'll call you a thief because you have stolen her body parts, put them on display, and made a mock of her body's art when all she really needed was the hands of her community to remold her canvas, to always respect and protect the Black woman at all costs. Without community, we are lost. Her frame has framed the faces of this nation, but because of the lion in her glow, they want to nickname her Intimidation. But ain't she just a woman? A woman free to be her in her own universe, not never wanting to dream of wanting to ride in the back of a Black hearse. It's a curse to be hated and to be loved at the same time. And go ahead and call her an angry Black woman for what I believe is called genocide, because when a Black woman dies in a jail cell, is it still considered a suicide or a homicide, right? Right. Her silhouette should not be a threat because she is Black, because she is female, or because she has quick language in her tongue. She is mother, queen, and daughter with tears that can never be erased. Just asking you to remember her name and never forget her face. Say Sandra Bland. Sandra Bland. Rest in power, queen, because you'll always be curvy and black, thick brick house like that. Matter of fact, you can say that she's stacked, racked, or built like a stallion. Everybody bow when she come around. It's like that. That's that piece.
Hey. That's that like, yes, can you? See? Thank you. Appreciate it. Yep. Clap. Beautiful. So I am going to conclude. We're concluding this segment, and I just want to thank Kenya for being a part of this broadcast, being part of my. I say, how can I say it? Being a part of my virtual world. I keep telling her that. Thank you for just accepting the invitation and just making the time, because I know, you know what, I don't take it for granted, and I'm just always grateful for it, because there's so many other things that you could be doing, and I know your schedule, so I'm just grateful. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Kenya, how can they, if are you doing shows, are you
But first and foremost, I just want to thank you before I click out. I want to thank you for having me on your podcast, and hopefully I can come back
yes.
and do my thing. But I have a radio show that I'm going to be, well, there's a radio show podcast that I'm actually going to be on. His name is Donnie Betts. He has a radio show coming up in March,
Okay.
and I'm going to be displaying a couple of my plays in his radio show. Look out for Atlanta, because I'm going to be in the Atlanta Theater, Black Theater Festival this year. And I'm going to take colorism down there. So those are huge couple of projects that I'm going to be looking forward to doing. I've done a few projects just recently. So just, keep going and doing my thing.
Amen. Like I said, I'm excited. So I just want to thank Kenya again with her gracing us with her beauty and her poetry and her presence. Yes, thank you. And I also want to thank everybody for tuning in. So until next time, I hope you all are blessed. Be safe. We love you.
Okay, let's go. I have some out music.
Wait, is it play? What happened to
I have some out music.
Hey,
I made this beat. I made this song.
you really? Hey, you made that beat.
I am a producer.
Hey, I'm saying, give it to her. It's got there.
Babe, don't eat those cookies.
Put that shoulder in it. Lean. Oh, goodness. Wait. So, Kenya is rocking us out. Again, want to thank her. Wait, I can't even keep up. I'm not even paying it. I'm trying to pay attention, but I'm not. It's that weirdness. Oh man, it's so appreciated. Go Kenya, go Kenya, go Kenya, go Kenya. Hey, oh wait, what? Okay. Well, everybody, thank you. I want to thank you for tuning in. Again, I just want to thank Kenya for tuning in with us and just joining and gracing us with her presence. And like I've always said, I hope you've been inspired, encouraged, motivated, and challenged. And we'll talk with you soon. Peace.